Two Dawgs Sports Show, we back, baby. Drone and yo, you ready to go? Then let's start the show. Two Dawgs are back with a brand new season. Yeah, you know the reason. Sports talk, flavor, got that extra seasoning. Drone and yo, stay on the go. Looking for scores and stats, then this your show. Two Dawgs, they got the breakdown. Yeah, we throw down in T-Town. Look no further, Dan. You have just found the #1 sports talk show. Savage picks from yo, big dog picks from Drone. Wanna welcome y'all back home. Can't forget the latest news. Yeah, them dudes. Plus we them boys. Please say the noise. Free giveaways. Highlights for the game today. Let's start the show. Come on, I lead the way.
What's up? It's the Two Dawgs Sports Talk Show coming at you this Tuesday afternoon in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where it's been raining all day long, and now the sun decides to show its face, but the sun is always shining. You go above the clouds, and the sun just shining just bright. It's just raining up underneath the clouds, and you're on the Two Dawgs Sports Talk Show with Drone and Yo. What's going on, Yo?
I'm cool with the rain, bro, because this is May, so the oven the oven finna cut on, in about another couple of weeks. So I enjoy all this good, cool weather while it's here, and you can move around. Cause when that oven cut on, them electric bills start going up, and hey, you gotta start cutting stuff short.
Hey, man. You know how it go.
Yeah, because
when you said oven, I thought you was talking about actual oven. Then I started thinking, okay, he talking about the outside sun, that heat that's gonna be cutting on.
We gonna have 80 some days straight of 90 degrees.
Oh yeah.
Because they talking about 90s in a week. It's about 80s and then a couple of 90s. I'm like, oh, here it comes. Here we go again.
Hey man, it's weather, man. It's finna to get crazy.
But hopefully with all this rain, it helps with some of the heat. I hope we can, it don't just come, because some summers it'll come in and say, hey, bro, we here. No rain, no sleet, no snow, just heat. No clouds. With that high pressure right over the top of us, and then that humidity starts coming in, where you walk outside and you drench in sweat, and you go, bro, I just walked outside to get the mail. And now you gotta take your whole shower. So hey, as long as
you gotta take a whole shower,
you gotta take a whole shower. Not just scrub. You gotta go get some water and soap and towel.
Hey man, what kind of outside? How far you walking to get your mail?
My mail is on the right on the front porch, so I take 2 steps.
And it's that hot. Hey man, if it's that hot that you taking 2 steps and you got to come back in and come take a shower, dude, you don't want to go outside.
My house faces the west.
You just let your mail just collect dust because you don't want to get your mail.
Oh well. Mostly I don't get the mail. My wife does, and then she opens my mail and goes, "You need to read this."
Hey man, that's most wives, man.
Yeah, okay.
Hey man, me and that same name, right?
Yeah.
My wife opened the mail and say, "Oops, I thought it was addressed to. I thought it was my." She's act like I didn't know it was yours. I thought it was Jeremiah Jr. Because she opened his mail. Because she think it's medical stuff, because we deal with medical and everything.
Yeah, so billing.
I'm like, good and world that was not his. And she opened my mail. That's how it go in my house.
Yeah, my son has my name, and my wife will go, he need to put Junior on his mail, because I'm tired of opening up mail that don't belong to you, and it belong to him. I'm like, well, yo, why is you opening it?
Oh, no, this is how it goes in our house. She'll yell out our name, and neither one of us answer because we were like, who you talking to? We don't know.
Yeah, which one?
That's what I'm saying. You need to say something.
Yeah, you need to.
But secretly, I know who she's talking to, because I can tell by the squeal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's a high pitch.
Yeah, as a husband, you know.
Yeah, when you
know which one they talking to by how they call it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It all depends on how she. I don't know why I'm letting that the secrets on the show, because now she's going to say, now it's going to get me in trouble if I don't answer.
You might want to hush by your head.
Yeah, but I know, you know who she's talking to.
Yeah.
You know, but that's just part of marriage. I keep telling these single folks, like, tell them, you know, there's secrets to marriage life that y'all just don't understand. Don't know.
No.
You know, the honeydew list, the honeydew list, all that. They just don't get it. They don't get it.
You know, how the bathroom has to be conducted.
Yep.
Because the bathroom is a very big thing. That in the kitchen.
No. And certain things that you have to do.
Yeah.
That they tell you must do.
Yeah.
But then you tell them something that you want done. And they say,
no, that's both of us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The toilet stool, the bathroom toilet stool is a big issue.
Oh, yes.
That's a big issue.
Yeah.
Why, you know, they tell you, put the toilet stool seat down. Well, you ask them, well, why come you don't pull it up for me?
Yeah.
No, but you must put it down
for them.
That has caused big fights in the house about putting the toilet stool lid down.
Yes.
At the middle of the night, I don't want to fall in. Well, why don't you look where you sit? But
turn the light on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That has caused big fights in the house. So as a husband, you just chalk it up. But tell them something. Hey, won't you? I want this. Don't put your stuff on my side of the sink. That don't mean nothing.
No.
Their stuff is still gonna end up on your side of the sink.
Yes.
They're gonna ignore it. And you fuss about it, say something, they don't care, it's still gonna happen. They're gonna say, this is what they're gonna say, why you always making a big deal about it? It don't mean that, but you making a big deal about the toilet stool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's little things like that, man. It's just part.
Hey, bro, it's a reel on Facebook where she showed a man's side and he leaves his toothbrush out and she puts his toothbrush in the drawer. And there's nothing on his side because they got him and her sinks. But then she scans to her side. She got makeup, like 3 curling irons, a hair dryer. I said, that's how it go. We can't have the toothbrush out.
Hey, man, if we told all the married secrets on here,
that's a whole show.
Man, you might have to get our own apartment together, man. Because we'll be in the doghouse right now. We'll be in the doghouse.
Like the trash.
I ain't telling no secrets, man, because I'll be in the doghouse right about now, dog. We'll be in the doghouse. Because I got some doozies, boy. I got some doozies I can let out, but I ain't supposed to do it because I want to go home
and sleep in the bed.
Yeah, sleep in the bed. I want to be in the doghouse.
I totally understand.
But I ain't never gonna be out of my bed. I'm sorry. I pay bills. I ain't gonna never be out of my bed.
You pay good money.
I pay good money for that bed. I ain't gonna be out of bed. I ain't gonna be out of bed. I'd rather turn over and just be mad before I be out of bed. Hey, man, I'm too big to be sleeping on a couch. I'm 300-something pounds, 6'2", 300-something pounds. I ain't supposed to sleep on no couch. I'm too big to be sleeping on the couch, dog. I'm too big to sleep on a cot. I'm too big to sleep on the floor. I turn over sleeping. I'm already sleeping in the corner of the bed already.
Yeah, I already know because you got a big bed, but 2/3 of the bed is hers.
Yeah. And then they say you own more than half the bed.
Yeah.
You on her side. No. But no, I'm too big to sleep on the floor. I'm too big to sleep on the bed, dog. We'll make up for it before I sleep on the bed. I will make up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You tell y'all married, boy. You'll be gonna forget about it. They won't.
Nope.
They'll bring it up 2 months later. You'll be gonna forget about it. You ready to go on? And they'll hold it for 10 more days. You ready to move on? They hold it for 10 more days, dog.
And then, like, you'll be trying to talk, and then all of a sudden they'll just bring it back up. But we didn't ever address what
Oh, yeah.
You'll be like, what is you talking about? Remember when? And you didn't do.
That we need to talk thing.
Yeah.
That's a real issue. Yeah, that's a real issue. Yeah, that's a real issue. Hey, we need to talk is PTSD.
Yeah.
For some husbands. We need to talk is PTSD for some husbands.
Yeah.
Just that word. If I walk out here in the street and someone say, hey, we need to talk.
You get the ducking.
You getting the ducking. You start running away, man. That's PTSD for some husbands, man. I keep telling you, man. But hey, we got a big show for you tonight. We got a special guest, Mr. Byron Perry. He's coming to talk to us about youth golf and what's going on, what he has going on, and then we're gonna talk some NBA.
Tiger Woods.
I started thinking about Shaft.
Tiger Woods.
I started thinking about Shaft when you start saying
that's where I got it from. Yeah.
And old dude coming down with the ice pick.
Yeah.
Hey, but we got a big show for you tonight, and then we're going to talk some NBA playoffs because I got my opinion on what the Oklahoma City Thunder head coach did with 11 seconds left. Lord, I got my opinion on this.
A drone rant
Lord,
coming
have
up.
Mercy, I got my opinion because that coaching that he did last night was just pure D. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
We'll
Lord
talk about
Jesus.
it.
But
We'll talk about it.
Hey, we'll be right back here on the $2 Sports Talk Show right after this.
It's your boy Trinity Trey and my bro.
Heathen Messenger, holy heathen. Yeah, you gon' be surprised. They gon' be surprised when they recognize Jesus in disguise. Yeah, you gon' be surprised. They gon' be surprised when they recognize Jesus in disguise. Yeah. It's time to testify. The devil is a lie. Open up your eyes, see Jesus in disguise. It's time to testify. The devil is a lie. Open up your eyes, see Jesus in disguise. They can't believe that I was worthless, now I'm purchased. Kingdom rapper, big stepping in my purpose. Yeah, they can't believe that I was worthless, now I'm purchased. What? Kingdom rapper, big stepping in my purpose. I know His grace sufficient. I could fall at any minute. So I say spirit filled so they can tell that Jesus did it. He did it. Satan judged me with a grudge. I've been acquitted. True. Jesus love like a drug. Amen. I've been addicted. Woo. He let the 99 come and find me. I'm here today cause God delays a perfect timing. I wasn't deep or destroyed by my inner demon. Okay. Now I'm transformed, reborn. Jesus in the heathen. My faith is dangerous. I've been translated. Speaking in angelic language. Can you translate it? No. Remodel, renovate it. You can go investigate it. True. I got the holes in my hands. Authenticated. Look, I hear you talking about my jury. Gossip all you want. Man, my salvation worth more than anything I bought. Bang. He planted the seed, now I'm freed and I'm bearing fruit. Okay. Freshly squeezed, flooding the streets with this Jesus juice. Hey. Since I changed, I hear him say how great I am. Okay. I tell him it ain't me. It's the great I am. Yeah. Since I changed, I hear him say how great I am. True. Look, homie, it ain't me. It's the great I am. You gon' be surprised. They gon' be surprised when they recognize Jesus in disguise. Yeah. You gon' be surprised. They gon' be surprised when they recognize Jesus in disguise. Yeah. It's time to testify. The devil is a lie. Open up your eyes. See Jesus in disguise. It's time to testify. The devil is a lie. Open up your eyes. See Jesus in disguise.
Still on the block, if you catch me at the trap, it's a murder scene. I'm talking hazmat, covered in the
Hi,
blood.
my name is Jeremiah Wise, the Community Development Director for Supporters of Families with Sickle Cell Disease.
And my name is Lindsay Corbett, Community Health Worker Director of Supporters of Families with Sickle Cell Disease in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Like you, we are weary of this pandemic. Unfortunately, people of color are disproportionately affected by this virus. The COVID-19 vaccine has been shown effective, not in keeping us from getting the virus, but from hospitalizations and death.
So let me ask you, will you roll up your sleeve and get the vaccine? It's the best shot we've got at fighting this virus. Do it for your life, your family, and your community. To find out more information about the COVID-19 and how it's impacting Oklahomans like you and me. And to find out vaccination sites, go to vaxok.org. That is vaxok.org.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
How to order chicken wings. Number 1, find a good wing spot.
I know a wing spot, Max Wings.
Number 2, decide if you want a combo or if you want to order a la carte.
Huh? What's that?
Well, combos come with chicken, veggie sticks, fries, and a drink for a discounted price. A la carte means that you order each item separately.
Ah, okay.
3, decide if you want bone-in, boneless, or cauliflower wings, and then determine the delicious flavor you want on your wings.
I didn't even know cauliflower had wings.
You learn something new every day. Have you been to Max Wings?
Yep.
Max Wings is located at 782 East Pine Street in Tulsa. We're open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come to Max Wings, home of the dry rub fries.
Man, it's time to start being more transparent in the body of Christ.
You know.
Take the mask off. Take the mask off. Have we met? Who are you? Take the mask off. Take the mask off. Take the mask off. Have we met? Who are you? Take the mask off. I don't fake the funk. I don't perpetrate. Getting too old. Ain't got time to play. I don't fake the funk. I don't perpetrate. Getting too old. Ain't got time to play. Preaching righteousness, but you don't let it weigh. God delivered me. I refuse to stray. It take discipline to obey. He's the master potter. I'm just the clay. Chose to fight. Never stop walking. Battle dark forces. Christopher Walken. Preach a great sermon, but you just talking. Minister of Satan. Status stalking. In love with the title. Became an idol. Spiritually dead. Check his vitals. Flesh and spirit. They're arch rivals. Dead flesh gang. Suicidal. Die daily. Been crucified. Been resurrected. I hear your lies. Raise of faith. Kept my stride. God removed the plank from my eyes. Use discernment. True gift of the spirit. Scripture based in every lyric. I talk it loud. Plus walk it out. No DJ no fear, no doubt.
Welcome back to the $2 Sports Talk Show. Hey, make sure y'all go down to the Gut the Green this Saturday at 7 o'clock, May 10th. The Eating Out Band, they're going to be at the Mayfest 2025. Bring your lawn chairs and let's have some fun. Let's have some old school fun. Bobby Eaton, he's ready, boy. As soon as I came in the studio today, he's like, hey, you going to be there? You going to be there? I said, no, I doubt if I be there. But Bobby, he checking the weather report every day. Every day he checking the weather report. He calling out Alexis. I know she about tired of him. I know Alexis like she ready to change her name. If Alexis can change her name, she would, cause she tired of Bobby calling her name, asking for the weather report for Saturday.
Well, Saturday and Sunday it's supposed to be sunny sky, shiny skies. We supposed to get no rain. It's supposed to be dry.
Trust me, Alexis done told Bobby this probably like 200 times.
Yeah.
Because the Eating Out Band is gonna be at Guthrie Green this Saturday.
Tearing down the house.
Tearing it up. I bet you they won't be wearing that white though, because it's gonna be raining. No. But hey, Bobby gonna be there.
Okay.
Bobby gonna be there. And the Eating Out Band, they gonna be there at 7 o'clock at the Guthrie Green at Mayfest. So y'all make sure y'all there. It's free. Go check them out.
Free?
Free.
Free?
Yeah, free.
Okay.
Yeah, free. You ain't got to pay a dime.
Just bring your own drink, own lawn chair.
And bring your own KFC. Y'all know how y'all do.
Yeah.
You sneak your KFC and your pizza and everything else inside the movie theater.
Yeah.
Well, bring it on down to the Guthrie Green. You ain't gotta sneak it in.
No, you can bring it there with open hand.
That's what I'm saying. Just make sure you
Just
bring
your
it up for
pizza
everybody
box.
else around her.
Yeah. But
got
now
a
if I
pizza
come
box.
through and steal a slice, don't say nothing.
You said pizza box.
Yeah, if they bring the whole pizza, I'm gonna steal a slice and walk off. Hey, thanks, home bro, and walk off.
You gonna pull a poetic justice, dog?
Yeah. I'm Nook Nook's cousin. You know what I'm talking about? I'm Nook Nook cousin.
You gonna pull a poetic justice? All right. Well, hey, make sure y'all come down to Mayfest this Saturday at 7:00 at the Guthrie Green Eating Out Band. They're going to be at Mayfest. Bring your lawn chairs and let's have some old school fun at the Guthrie Green. All right, y'all. We have our special guest, Mr. Byron. Lord, I'm asking God to help me with names. All right. Help me with, because I just said your name, and I remember your first name.
Can't remember the second.
And I forgot the second name. Just
Most
that
people
quick.
get my first name wrong. Byron Perry.
That's it, Byron Perry. I should remember that because of Refrigerator Perry,
Absolutely.
Perry's Foods,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also landmark.
yeah, all that.
Yep,
I remember Byron because I grew up with a Byron.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's easy. I grew up with a lot of Byron, so I remember the Byron. I should remember the Perry.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's good. It's good.
Byron Perry. Byron Perry. Byron Perry. There we go. All right. All right. We got Mr. Byron Perry in the house. He wants to tell us about what he do and what's going on with the youth in golf. Y'all know all y'all got into golf when Tiger Woods didn't know
Tiger
nothing about golf.
Woods.
But y'all know about golf now. Everybody I talk to talking about they want to play golf. I'm like, dude,
You don't play?
I haven't.
You was talking all that stuff about the wives and stuff. I mean, normally that's like, and for a married man, I'm playing golf.
I've been saying I wanted to get into golf. I've been trying to get into golf, and my son-in-law, he loves golf.
Okay.
And he been trying to get me to go and golf and
He's trying to
get
save
into
your marriage. He's trying to save your marriage.
And I'm thinking about. I want to do it.
All right.
I want to do it. I go play putt golf every now and
All
then.
right. Okay. You got to start.
And then when I went to swing, I went to flying tee golf place and got. Hey man, I couldn't hit the ball too good, man. The ball wasn't going nowhere. But then I swing left-handed, and they didn't have no left-handed.
Yeah.
Clubs.
Playing backwards can be difficult.
So
sometimes.
it was hard to swing the ball. Even though I'm right-handed, I hit left.
Yeah.
Which is an oxymoron. I'm right-handed, but I hit left.
You in your right mind, but you just back.
So tell us a little about what you do, sir.
Man, my name is Byron Perry, part of the Black Wall Street Rally group that does the Black Wall Street Rally here in Tulsa. And our rally it started as a motorcycle event, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But the real focus of it was to bring people to Tulsa to experience Greenwood, to experience the history of Greenwood, and to basically not only experience it, but to feel what the legacy of Greenwood is today. And so the rally's been going on for multiple years. And so last year, year before last, the fellas came to me and was like, man, we do a financial literacy component with the Black Wall Street Rally, but we wanted to bring in another component that was about the youth. And what is near and dear to me, it's something that I've been around because I write in the golf space. I've been covering golf for multiple years. And I was like, this could be really a good opportunity for us to do something to build the junior golf community, especially for kids from underserved and underrepresented communities. I hear you talking about Tiger Woods. And really and truly, it started for me. I was covering the PGA Championship here in Tulsa.
Okay.
And I have to tell the story because this is deep.
Okay.
So in Tiger's Tuesday press conference, he was asked a question as to why didn't golfers of color expand on the PGA Tour during his run, during when he was before he's had the injuries he's had the last few years. Mm-hmm. And honestly and truthfully, when he was dominant. And honestly and truthfully, he said, I don't know. And it was shocking to me that he said that. And so after that press conference, I went around. I mean, I'm a sports fan anyway, so I'm in the media center. I see all of these, journalists that I know, people I know from the Golf Channel, Jaime Diaz, guys from Sports Illustrated, Michael Eaves from
So
ESPN.
you really in golf. You're really in golf.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I literally, Michael Eaves, if you guys don't know, Michael Eaves was the gentleman that was on ESPN that broke the story when Kobe Bryant passed away.
Okay.
And so, and what a lot of people don't know is Michael Eaves was the first state champion golfer. I believe he was from North Carolina. And that's where he really got his start into, sports media and things of that nature. And so I asked a lot of these journalists and TV personalities that I knew, I was telling them about it because, it got around quick. When somebody asked Tiger, why don't we see more black golfers? And he said, I don't know. And there was, you had really two sides to the opinion. There was half the folks that was like, well, Tiger doesn't know because Tiger only cared about his game. And the other half of them was like, Tiger and Earl started something when Tiger won the Masters in '97. And unfortunately, when Earl passed, they weren't able to keep it going. And so I started researching that. As I say, I got the opportunity from that to start writing for some golf publications. And that's where I found out when it comes to especially kids from underserved and underrepresented communities, not just black kids, I'm talking about all kids that don't come from country club backgrounds. The reason that we don't have those kids or those numbers aren't what everybody thought they would be is from multiple angles. And one of them is it's all about the resources. It's where they play, it's the mental aspect of the game, and it's how they're constantly working on their craft. And so with the Black Wall Street Rally Golf Classic, we've created an event where we raise proceeds to basically to go right after the resources that these young kids need. And so, I want to always point out, Tulsa, Oklahoma, we have one of the best first tee chapters in the country. Our first tee chapter is 100% free. Kids are able to go out to Mohawk. Janice Gibson and her staff, they're incredible. They've always put clubs in kids' hands for free. Kids can play out in Mohawk for a reduced rate. It's not like that around the country. Okay, so in some first tee chapters, kids have to pay a membership fee. Kids have to pay a fee just to go to the classes. Here in Tulsa, we don't have that. So kids here are getting the exposure to the game, learning the life lessons of the game, but it's going from getting introduced to the game to being competitive in the game. Golf is a $102 billion industry.
Wow.
Most would say that the golf industry, the golf epicenter, touches every other sport because you're going to have the executives of other major sports leagues that are doing deals on the golf course. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, it's not just about being a player. Nobody's promoting to be the next Tiger Woods, but guess what? You're talking about athletic trainers, fitness coaches, managers, all of that. You see what I'm saying? It's an ecosystem to itself. And the biggest thing about it is getting our kids to understand that you can go, you can play, you can be successful. It's like any other sport. You've got to be able to know the lingo, be comfortable around it, and that's what we're trying to provide by doing this event and creating a community of junior golfers.
So how does someone get involved in the event to be a part of the event?
Oh man, great question. So our tournament is a scramble. It's going to be at Paige Belcher Golf Course, which is important because we do our event at a public golf course because that's where a lot of the kids are going to be able to play. Every kid is not a country club kid. You can go to www.blackwallstreetgolf.org. That's our website. You can sign up. We've got spaces are dwindling now, but I still have opportunities for people to come and play. It's going to be a wonderful event. There are swag bags. Everybody's going to get some great stuff. We have a men and a women's division this year. Okay. So we're going to have a team of 4 men that are going to win and get championship belts. We're going to have a team of 4 women, 4 ladies that are going to come and win and get championship belts. We're working on doing a junior event at the same time because Paige Belcher has 2 different courses. We've got some wonderful sponsors that are making the event, even bigger and better every year.
So, and is there a cost or is this a free?
Yeah, so it's a cost to it. So individual entry for the golf classic is $125. It's $500 for a team. That covers basically the playing golf. We're gonna feed you some breakfast. You also gonna get some lunch. We have a local caterer. This gonna hook everybody up with some chicken and waffles.
Okay.
So that'll be pretty tasty. You
Okay.
know, people after you work them out on that golf course, you got to eat good. You got to put your carbs back.
Yeah.
Got to put your carbs back. But the other thing, like I can't divulge everything, but everybody's going to get some wonderful prizes for coming out, for participating in the event. We're going to make sure that the money that they spend is well worth it, and what we're doing is well worth the time.
And so majority of the proceeds that goes to help young people to invest in young people to help them to become part of playing golf.
The resources is really what it takes in order to grow a generation of golfers. It really is.
Now, what have you seen the response being with young people when they got involved in playing golf? What have their responses been?
Let me tell you straight up. It's not even young people. I mean, like you were saying, you were saying yourself, you want to get into golf. You know, I didn't start playing golf till I was in college. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I was 20-something years old. I actually started playing golf on a dare, because when I was in school, I was enrolling for school. I had to have a class to be a full-time student. You know how that goes sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
And I had a partner of mine. We were sitting around a table just like this, and he was like, "Man," and I was saying, I don't want to take another class where I got to do something. So I was looking through electives and looking at stuff to do, and a partner of mine, before I could find something to be like, I'm gonna do this, he was like, "I bet you can't take the golf class and get a C." And at the time, I was like everybody else. I was like, golf, it's not a sport. I'm a football guy. I'm a baseball guy. I'm a basketball guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And he was like, you couldn't take the golf class and get a C. And I'm telling you the truth, man. I went to the class the first day, and just like you say, you know, they were just teaching the fundamentals, how to hold a club, what the club was, what it looked like. And honestly and truthfully, I think the last 30 minutes of the class, I'm just swinging and hitting nothing. And about the last 5 minutes of the class, I made contact with a 7-iron and was like, whoa, and fell in love with it. And kids are the same way. In my time of covering the game of golf, I've met a lady that has a program down in Florida. And she is wholeheartedly believes that if I put a golf club in a child's hands by the time that they're 5 years old, I can guarantee you that they're going to do one or two things. They're going to either be able to get a college scholarship for golf, or they're going to be able to go to college and know what else they want to do. And and her program is called the Eagles. She's had, since she started her program, I believe 8 years ago, she's got 45 different kids, and like 40 of them are all populating colleges to either play golf or to go to the PGA management program.
Now, what have the response that you've seen with African American children, how young people when you get them in the program and they start playing golf and they have a negative attitude, but once they start doing it, what have their responses been? Have they liked it? Have they wanted to stay with it? Figured out how to do it?
It's like teaching kids any other sport. To be perfectly honest with you, it's like putting a basketball goal and a basketball hoop up, and kids just start shooting. And after a while, then they're going to start dribbling. Kids going to start doing moves. They're going to start imitating what they see. They're going to, just kind of gravitate to it. Golf is the same way. It's the discipline of it, being able to hit the ball. But you remember as a kid, you always couldn't get the basketball up on the rim. You know what I'm saying? When you was a little shorty, it took a while before, you ever got the ball to hit the rim. And then once you saw it go through the hoop, you was like, I keep wanting to do it. Golf is just a game. And here's the thing. We've always, as people of color, as African Americans, we've always been involved in the game of golf. The first PGA pro in the United States was John Shippen. He was the first PGA pro. We've always been close to the game. Everybody knows the caddies of Augusta where the Masters is held. There have been things that have been done to slow our progress down in the game, but we've always been around it. But yeah, like I say, people always ask me, well, how do I get my young one in golf? What would I do? And I always tell people the easiest thing to do, just like you say, putt. pick up a putt. Learn the game backwards is the best way to teach the game, because as you get further and further away from the hole, the degree of difficulty goes up, because now you're dealing with distances and right and left and things of that nature. But starting with putting and playing putting games and then going to chipping, that's the best way to learn the game. And really and truly, that's the part of the game that's where you score anyway.
Okay. So are you all trying to get into the parks, or have Black Wall Street thought about trying to get into the park system and to get a program inside the park system?
So where we really get our kids from is from the first tee. Because all of the kids we've been able to support are kids that have been a part of the first tee and that are playing on their high school teams.
Okay.
What's difficult now, TPS used to have middle school teams. They don't see it as much anymore. We've heard about the budget cuts, but the real starting point that we've been working at is at the high school level. So we're looking at kids that are playing on their high school teams or participating on their high school teams that are wanting to be committed to playing, and working on helping them to be better competitive golfers.
How many TPS schools have high school golf teams?
So you got East Central has a team, Booker T. Washington has a team, Edison has a team, and Webster has a team currently. McLean used to have a team, but they don't at this particular time.
Okay.
Well,
and I think Memorial has some players. So Memorial has a team because several schools don't have enough to make a full team, but they have players.
Now okay. Go ahead.
Okay. For me, the way I was introduced to golf is my grandfather worked at Southern Hills.
Okay. All right.
And so he bought a putting green and we have it in the living room, and then in the summertime when your grandma and they having no events going on, he put the putting green out and he would teach us how to punt. So I can punt, I can putt, and I can chip, but driving the ball is probably the most difficult aspect of the game, and learning how to make it hook when you want it to hook, know your distance.
Yep.
And I see that the pros, if you can drive the ball, then you can be pretty effective. And it seemed like for kids where we come from, since we don't see no one enthusiastic about the sport, that we don't really gravitate towards it. Football and basketball come natural the most.
Yep.
But for you to fall in love with the game of golf, you need to find a older mentor who has the same enthusiasm as they do about basketball and football about golf. I think that's one aspect that we're missing, and why we don't have more playing the game. Because once you get to playing it and learning it, it becomes
addictive. It's the word, addictive.
Yeah,
I'm addicted to this game.
Yeah. And then another thing is you have to have some money, because the clubs and the balls and the bag, all that is not it doesn't come, you can't get it discounted.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So that's the two things I see that why there's not that many playing, because it's kind of an exclusive, especially if you're trying to play at good golf course like Southern Hills. Southern Hills is Southern Hills for a reason. It's on the PGA circuit for a reason. It's a level of difficulty when you get on that course that you won't see at some of the public courses. So, yeah, if we get more cats can be more enthusiastic and show the young ones how to play it, because once you get to learning how to hit the ball and learning how to manipulate it, when to cut it, when to make it roll, when to make it roll back it.
When to cut it, when to draw it.
Yeah. It gives you a certain, it's like almost like playing pool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's like shooting free throws. It's like playing pool.
So since my co-host ain't gonna ask the question.
Well, I'm gonna
ask the question.
All right, but I want to touch on some. I want to touch on some things that he talked about because he brought up some stuff, and that's part of the reason that we're doing this event. You talked about your grandfather, kind of brought the game to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that is a very important aspect, especially for us doing this event, the Black Wall Street Rally Golf Classic. Here are some adults that are trying to pour into some kids to say, we support you in playing golf, because that you bring it up. You brought up a huge part of it. There's so many instances, especially where kids of color that are interested in the game, they don't have anybody that knows the game or talks the game, or cares about the game. So here we are trying to say we're trying to pour into you to support you on the game. It does make a difference. I tell people all the time. I mean, I've been there. I play a lot of golf. And I've been there going to a course, and you have some kids in front of you or somebody with some kids, and the first thing somebody's gonna say, oh man, it's gonna take forever. You can't have that attitude.
Yeah.
You have to allow the kids to get out there to learn the game, to be comfortable, to go out there and mess around. We all been at the same place.
Yeah.
We've all stood up on that tee box and know good and well we have no idea where that ball is going. But we stand to ourselves, well, I paid my money and I'm gonna get my time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we have to do that for our kids. I always say to folks, hey, if you got a weekly foursome or a weekly group of guys that you get out and play with, take a junior with you. Sometimes find a young man or young lady that plays on a high school team or whatever, and take them with you. Show them that you guys love the game too. When I'm out with my partners, man, it's some of the best fun, hoot run, talking crazy, ragging on each other. Kids do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They need to see that. They need to see it. But you brought up some things that I definitely wanted to get across. Yes,
I
sir.
have two questions before we get off here.
Uh-huh.
I'm with the 100 Black Men in Tulsa.
Uh-huh.
Is there a program that you all have where, like, say they have mentees where they can partner with you all and you all can take them out like for a day and take them out to show them the beginnings of golf, things of that nature, where they can partner with your program and you all can take them out for a day, things of that nature?
So right now, what we're starting with, we're 2 years in of raising money and doing this, and we're really just focusing on the resources for the kids to help them be better competitive golfers. But the thing is, we want to build a community of golfers. That's the most important thing that we want to do. So to answer your question specifically, when it comes to the youth for the 100 Black Men, the first thing that I would talk about is, you guys do a lot of summer programming with your kids, correct? Mm-hmm. I would definitely talk to Janice Gibson out at the First Tee and find out what their schedules are to get kids to get a club in their hand with the First Tee. Because, like I said, we have an incredible chapter here in Tulsa. It's definitely the place that kids can get started and doing it as a group. Because that's part of the reason that I'm doing this. When you're talking about by the time kids get to high school, because there's not a lot of people playing, you have some kids that they're always by themselves or always with an adult. You understand what I'm saying? Just like kids that play football, they're always playing football in the street or playing basketball in the street. We're sports fans. Everybody laments why is baseball where it is when it comes to black kids these days. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's going to say, well, it's the cost and it's the fact that it takes 9 people, at least 10. It takes 10 to go out to the sandlot to play baseball. It's similar in golf, Why is basketball so prevalent? All you need is a ball and 2 people in a hoop. You know what I'm saying? And so especially if you have groups of kids, get them involved in the First Tee. Get them around the game. Get them used to going out to the golf course. Because after they get there, kids are gonna be kids. They gonna start having fun. They're gonna start messing with each other. It's gonna become fun to them right off the bat while you're learning the game.
Now, in your program, when you bring the youth in, do they don't have to pay for their golf? Do they have to pay for their golf clubs? Do they have to pay for their bags?
At the event that we're doing, at the tournament that we do?
No, not the tournament. I'm saying when you bring them in to your
First
program,
Tee.
to your program to be a part when you bring the high school children high school youth.
These are kids since they're playing. They already have their equipment.
So they already
and
have
things
their
of that
equipment
nature.
and everything.
They already have
Okay.
their equipment. But the biggest thing that we're doing is providing the proceeds for the greens fees.
Okay.
I did an interview with a gentleman that played in the PGA event, and one of the things he talked about was, it's one thing to be able to learn the game and play on, like you were talking about Southern Hills. If you don't play on courses like that or ever get to play on courses close to that, as you're going through the levels of competition, when you don't play on certain types of courses, it makes it even harder to do well. And I mean, because golf is agronomy too. You know what I'm saying? It's like different grasses. Those slopes at Southern Hills are different than the slopes out at Mohawk. You know what I'm saying? So it's about the exposure.
Okay. Now, once again, tell the people how they can get involved and what they need to do.
So our event is the Black Wall Street Rally Golf Classic. It's going to be held on Friday, May 16th. You can sign up and register right now at www.blackwallstreetgolf.org. If you're a golfer, we'd appreciate you coming out and playing our event. Trust me, I'm telling you, you will have a good time. We're doing it for a great cause. We got a lot of folks that are coming in town for the Black Wall Street Rally motorcycle event that is going to be coming from all over the country. I mean, I've got some golfers that are coming from, I've already got people signed up from Colorado, from Houston, from Wichita. I had a gentleman just call me yesterday that said he was coming from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm just waiting for him to register. So we're going to have a good time, and we're just going to continue building this community of junior golfers to be the next generation of those kids to possibly, answer that question that Tiger Woods said he couldn't answer.
Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you for coming on the show. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
And, hey, I'm hoping that your event is a huge success.
Appreciate it,
because it matters what we do in our community and what we expose our young people to.
And it's in the spirit of Greenwood.
Yeah.
Greenwood was about community. You know what I'm saying? And so what we're trying to do is to build a community. But in order to do that, you got to provide, the resources that they need to be successful.
And it's better to expose them to something positive than always exposing them to something negative.
Yep.
And that's the blessing that we have. And I appreciate everything that you're doing.
Not a
for our
problem.
young people.
If you ever need me to come back and rap golf with you guys, I'm always available, man.
All right.
I'm always doing something with golf.
And like I said, we supposed to rap some good bit about some basketball. So if you want to chime in on some basketball, if you think you can hold your own, after we take this little break, you can still around and talk to sports.
That sounds like a challenge, so I'm gonna stay.
Okay, we'll be right back here on the $2 Sports Talk Show.
Just like Christ. I wanna be 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 just like Christ.
I had a rough life, cause a lot on my own in my younger life. I was a rolling stone. If you're looking for me, I'm probably at home unless I'm ministering. Then I'm out on the road. Had a short fuse, TNT would explode. PTSD from street life, I've been told. Got soft in my heart, used to be stone cold. Was a dead man walking, Lazarus been rose. I'm so thankful, blessed to see another day. Raising the Bible Belt, okay, LHMOMA. Used to run D plus MC, now I walk this way. Faith plus grace, once you've had a taste, I'ma serve him till I see my Savior face to face. Store this word in my heart, cut and paste. Copy of Christ, etch a sketch, I'ma trace his steps, no stutter steps, run the race of faith.
I wanna be just like Christ. I wanna be just like Christ. I wanna be just like Christ. I wanna be just like Christ.
I serve the God of rebirth, the God of second chance. Wrote us a love letter, true romance. Thank him in advance for the goodness he displays. Pull me out of darkness, change my wicked ways. Stay in his presence, secret places where I dwell. Was a hot boy, pulled me out of hell. I was slipping DMX soon as I fell. Had an encounter with God in my prison cell. Once you meet Jesus, you never be the same. Grace is the picture, mercy is the frame. Was a wild beast, Holy Spirit had it tame. Used to jump around, finally left the house of pain. I'm so thankful, been chosen by the best. God's peace allow me to interest. Satan gon' tempt, but I'm ready for the test. Took the shield of faith, made a bulletproof vest.
North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the Event Center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Hi, my name is Jeremiah Watts, the Community Development Director for Supporters of Families with Sickle Cell Disease.
And my name is Lindsay Corbett, Community Health Worker Director of Supporters of Families with Sickle Cell Disease in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Like you, we are weary of this pandemic. Unfortunately, people of color are disproportionately affected by this virus. The COVID-19 vaccine has been shown effective, not in keeping us from getting the virus, but from hospitalizations and death.
So let me ask you, will you roll up your sleeve and get the vaccine? It's the best shot we've got at fighting this virus. Do it for your life, your family, and your community. To find out more information about the COVID-19 and how it's impacting Oklahomans like you and me, and to find out vaccination sites, go to vaxok.org. That is vaxok.org.
How to order chicken wings. Number 1, find a good wing spot.
I know a wing spot, Max Wings.
Number 2, decide if you want a combo or if you want to order a la carte.
Huh? What's that?
Well, combos come with chicken, veggie sticks, fries, and a drink for a discounted price. A la carte means that you order each item separately.
Ah, okay.
3, decide if you want bone-in, boneless, or cauliflower wings, and then determine the delicious flavor you want on your wings.
I didn't even know cauliflower had wings.
You learn something new every day. Have you been to Max Wings?
Yep.
Max Wings is located at 782 East Pine Street in Tulsa. We're open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come to Max Wings, home of the dry rub fries.
God made Jesus saved. We are the children of the highest. Abba, Father, Yahweh, your highness. They don't understand his ways cause they blinded. So when they come against us, get love with kindness. I know you in the press, told that you less pressure from the stress, cause you being blessed. The Lord brought you to the service, the service, purpose driven. You driven with a purpose. Your friends betray you in the worst way. What that just means ain't when your friends in the first place. My brother pity them, my sister don't hate. We must show them love, like Christ showed us grace. It's easier said than done, but it can be done. Please believe me, sin.
Welcome back to the Two Dogs Sports Talk Show here on KBOB 89.9 FM. Before we get started in this next section we're going to talk about, we had a tragic incident happen here on Sunday where we had some Tulsa athletes, young men, and some coaches. They were on their way back from a AAU tournament, and they were in a fatal car crash. 8 individuals passed in this car crash. One was injured. But the 2 young men, one went to Booker T. Washington High School and another went to Union. And the 2 coaches, one was a TPS, I believe, employee, and I believe one coached at Bartlesville, I believe. They both were awesome basketball players. I've seen them play. And it's heartbreaking, especially at that age, at a young age, where they lost their life, 9th grade, 14, 15 years old. and we just want to recognize them. I don't want to pronounce their names wrong, but just to recognize them. Coach Brown, who coached DJ, and Coach Williams, who's been on Two Dawgs show. They coached them at Carving at Booker T. The whole Booker T family and Carver family, the Union Redhawks, their family, because they lost one of their basketball players, their family. Our condolences to their family. Heart goes out to them. We just want to do a moment of silence for them and for the community of North Tulsa and just Tulsa, period, for the loss of individuals from Sunday and the fatal car crash, who just coming back from doing something that they loved. It's heartbroken. It's tough. And so we just want to do a 10-second moment of silence for them here on the Two Dawgs Sports Talk Show. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, it's NBA playoff time. Hey, sports sometimes it takes a back seat to everything that's going on in life, but it also gives you some relief to everything that's what's going on in life, to make you sometimes forget about for a brief moment and have some laughs and joy about what's going on in life. And last night we're gonna talk about the.
Oh wow, you putting your glasses on?
Yeah, I gotta put them on. So I want to see, because I got some notes here. It was tough, It's to watch the Oklahoma City Thunder, because last night it.
Go on in your rant, yo. Go on get it out.
Yeah. Now I don't know. Now is he a Thunder fan?
I'm not. I tell anybody, I don't really have a NBA squad that I just love.
Okay.
I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Oh man.
Or Oklahoma Sooner fan.
Hey, boy, you turning the knife deep.
Go ahead. But I'm a Thunder fan, but not like I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. In basketball, I'm more like I like players.
Okay.
And but I live in Oklahoma City, and I just tell it like it is. But I'm a Thunder fan because I stay in Oklahoma City. Me in Oklahoma. And last night was just a joke. There's no reason why the Thunder should be down 1-0. The Thunder should be up in this series. There's no way, shape, form, or fashion why the Thunder should be down. And I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
Because it was 12 seconds left in the game, and they was up by 3. What coach in their right mind, and I love the Thunder coach. He has done an awesome job. He has done amazing. More when Pressey named him head coach, everybody in their right mind said, "Who? Hey,
is it Al in here?
Yeah. That's what everybody, we thought it was Al because we didn't know who he was.
He coached the Blue. Come on, he coached the Blue.
He coached the Blue.
Who?
And we don't even know who the Blue is. And so he has done an amazing job with Oklahoma City Thunder. Don't get me wrong. He has done awesome. But last night, the job that he done with 12 seconds left in the game, he panicked.
Subpar.
But Watts, let me ask a question. 3 is still more than 2, right? Right?
Yes.
3 is still more than 2.
Yes.
All right. So
in my math, it is.
12 seconds left. I understand they're up by 3.
Uh-huh.
All right. They're fouling to concede 2 and not give up 3. Right?
But time is on.
Is there a 4-point shot in the game?
That's a 4-point play.
No. Is there a 4-point shot in the game? Is this the Harlem Gold Trials
But you could give
is this the All-Star game?
You could give up a 4-point play.
Who in their right mind is going to give a 4-point play to Denver Nuggets?
Well, I mean,
nobody
it
is not.
happens.
See, that's what I'm saying. No, it's not.
You sound like Marvin's having
It-
never
it-
would have made
That's what I'm saying. It's more of lightning striking someone twice than someone giving up a 4-point play in the playoff.
But I guess I mean in defense of Dagenhall.
Hold on, they are the number 1 defense in the NBA.
Number 1.
Okay.
They up by 3.
Up by 3.
You foul. You take off one. You take off one. You take off 1 second. Then you come back.
You advance the ball.
You advance the ball
by taking the time.
You
Let's
advance
talk
the ball.
about that instead of just inbounding.
SGA dunks. You up by 3 again.
Okay.
You foul again. Now listen to this. The Joker's on the bench.
Yep.
The Denver Nuggets has no timeouts. You foul again. You take out, and so within 2 possessions, you take off. You don't even take off 2 seconds off the clock. Who are you trying to preserve time for? The Nuggets?
That's the way it turned out.
What sense did that? Who booked does that make sense for? Are you playing for the Nuggets or are you playing for your own team? I thought the object of the game is for the clock to run out.
Especially when you have the lead.
Yes. They can't get ahead of you. Only thing they can do is either be down by 1 or tie. That's it. You got the defense. If they get the ball, inbounds the ball, 11 seconds left, it's going to take them at least 2 or 3 seconds to drive down the court. With the defense you have, they're going to have to pass the ball around to try to get an open shot. That's 4 or 5 seconds going to come off the clock. They shoot the ball. They might make it. They might not. If they make the 2, they still down by 1. They got to foul you. You come back down the court. They don't have timeouts to advance the ball.
Yeah, they were out. They were done.
Joker is
on
the bench.
Yeah. So he's gonna come back in with probably about 4 seconds left on the clock. You at the free throw line. Make it make sense to me.
I mean,
analytics goes out the door. When are you throwing analytics out the door?
I mean, as I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, okay, they're gonna concede the 2. They're going to concede 2 points instead of giving them the opportunity to tie the game up.
That's only when you're down by 2. I can see it if you're down by 2.
I think he just didn't want it to go to overtime.
You at home. You at home. You
right.
at home.
All right.
You at home with Loud City. I've been in that place. If any place in the NBA arena, if you don't mind it going to overtime, it's in Oklahoma City. Because them folks get loud and crazy.
Playoff experience. Playoff. Hold on, wait. Playoff. Who played out of their mind last night for Oklahoma City? It was one guy. Anybody want to say his name? Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso played out his mind.
SGA had 33 points.
But it was a sedate 33.
SGA always have a sedate 33.
It was a sedate. But
the man is in stealth mode. He don't never do anything.
Exactly. But the only other cat that showed up was Caruso.
And Caruso is the one that made the 2 fouls.
That's true. That's who they wanted
and then
to foul.
Caruso is the one that panicked when it was time to throw the ball in, where he threw the ball a chat.
I just think Dagenhall was going off of, you playing a team that's got a lot of experience, especially coming back like
Dagenhall panicked.
How much was? Let's see. What was we talking about? At 5 minutes left in the game, they was up 13 or 11, something like that.
So
and they was choking down their leg.
So to me, from that point on, SGA should have touched the ball every possession.
Yes.
It should have been his choice to shoot or to pass. I saw them go away from him.
It was almost as if they was
like
trying.
he was a decoy.
It was almost as if they was trying to get away from, wasn't trying to pass on the
Who
ball.
was primarily guarding SGA down the stretch? Who was it? Because that was a fact. I mean, you got to give Denver some credit. They played some good defense.
No, well, they made sure that when they switched and they put a smaller guy on Joker, Joker said, "Oh, I'm going to the rack."
Mm-hmm. His walking behind every time he get the ball, he gonna do it anyhow. Cause everybody know good and well. The Joker bully ball and walk every time he get the ball. We all know that 85% of the time he either gonna travel. In the olden days, the way the Joker play is either a foul or a travel. Let's be real with it. They just don't. He play in new basketball is not. But the way I was taught, it was either a travel or a foul.
Travel or a foul. Travel. All right.
Okay, but
when you look at somebody like Luka, now we just a few. We not even a week removed from putting dirt on the Lakers. And
we buried him a long time ago, but that's a whole nother subject.
Well, you got another Euro player like Luka who can't guard, molasses rolling uphill in January, and then you got to get a Joker some credit for the ability that the energy that he exhibits.
I'm not saying that the Joker is not good. That's not what I'm saying. The Joker for what he do in this day and time and the way he plays
gets away with it.
The Joker is a bad man. The Joker's bad, but but let's tell the truth. If the Joker was playing the way he played now, back in the day, no,
he'd be old and Polynese.
No,
he'd be maybe old and Polynese. I'd like to see the Joker. I'd like to see the Joker and Moses Malone matchup. That'd be a good matchup if we're gonna go back in the day.
No, I think that style of ball he would have been way more beat up. Those guys back then would have.
Oh, absolutely.
Would have punished him down
low.
Absolutely. The Joker in big country more like it.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted none of Moses. Moses was a savage.
That's what I'm saying.
That's Mr. Double Double.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, I'm not saying Joker was bad. Joker played his tail off last night. And I don't take nothing away from the Joker. He played his tail off last night, but. For what was going on last night, I think, and I agree with. I think the Thunder choked. I think think the Thunder. I think from Coach Dagnall to the players, I think they choked.
Experience.
SGA stopped going to try to get the ball. From the 5-minute mark on, he stopped trying to go. There was a couple of times towards the end of the game. He should have demanded the ball.
Well,
there's times he was open, and I seen them pass the ball to Williams instead of giving the ball to SGA. SGA should have went over there and demanded the ball. No, give me the ball.
Was it obvious to you watching the game that SGA didn't get to the rim as much as you normally see him get to the rim? That everything was a step back last night?
But I said this earlier. I said in the playoffs, things is gonna switch. What is he going to do when things shift come playoff time?
Denver didn't let him get to the rim unless there was nobody there. I mean, like the dunk he had, and some layups here and there. But he was not a factor within 5 feet.
But I think he also played a little bit timid last night. I think the whole team played timid last night.
I think that's different.
I think to me, I think it's a combination of things. I think for one, they had been off 8 to 10 days.
Yeah, I think that plays a difference.
I think Nuggets.
So you think Dagnall being off that long, he was rusty too?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the Nuggets just came off a grueling playoff series with the Clippers.
That was grueling.
Yes.
They had Harden. Harden wasn't going to. Everybody knew Harden wasn't going to show up in Game 7.
Well, I mean, but Kawhi did.
But I told you,
Kawhi's a problem by himself.
No, I told you the wild card was Harden. Tiller, didn't I say that? I said the wild card was Harden. What was he? If he was going to show up, and he played dead.
And somebody had the big joke on. That
Yeah.
was like, "Pah!"
Yeah, he played dead.
Game 7. All they had to do was get it to Game 7.
Yeah,
You gonna play for him 5.
Game 7, he played dead again.
So to me, I think that combination of the Nuggets are in playoff mode. I think the Thunder was in playoff mode, but when you be out for a week, where you just practicing and going through game situations,
that was supposed to be all that youth. That was
But
supposed to benefit all that youth.
I don't think it was. I hear what you're saying. But even that, they choked it off.
Yeah.
That 12 seconds. That 12 seconds cost them the game.
Did it cost them the series?
no.
That's a question. That's a question I have that I'm gonna bring up to both of y'all.
I think it cost them the series.
That's the question I have.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I don't have a problem. I think this is over.
I think
Really?
I think it's over.
I think game 2, the Thunder will win by 10 points or more.
I mean, if
Yeah, I see you put you made that post. I saw that.
I mean,
Yeah.
barring any additional injuries to the Nuggets. I mean, I know Porter Jr. is hurt. I know that Aaron Gordon, his calf is bad. If nothing changes as far as their injuries go, I think Denver can walk this down.
The Thunder will win by 10 points or more because the Thunder is the better team.
They
will win. They will win.
They had
by
control
10
of this
plus
ball
points.
game
Yeah.
until the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. I think it might go. I'm gonna say 6. I give the Nuggets gonna win one probably at home, but I think this is gonna wake the Thunder up.
They still had control of the ball game even
With 3 minutes.
I tell everybody that 12-second mark. That 12-second mark changed the whole game. That because you depending on analytics has cost a lot of teams games. Analytics cost Boston.
Yeah,
It cost Boston
Drone hates analytics.
because
He hates analytics.
in the Boston game, you shooting 63,
60.
and you as a coach, you refuse
They was
to
shoot-
get out of that mode.
They was shooting that thing.
You miss 45, 40 burger, 45, and you they down by 20.
20.
And they coming back, and you still refuse to stop shooting.
Oh, it was what was the stat that I saw this morning? They said when they went up by 20, the next 10 shots was all threes, and they missed all 10.
That's a gambler mentality. That someone that need to go to Gambler Anonymous because they're addicted. That's what it sounds. It reminded me of someone when I asked a friend. I said they won, and I said, "Man, when you won, why didn't you stop?" He said, "Because you never know when the next one is gonna hit." And he went from being $5,000 up
to Barkley being Charles Barkley.
Yeah, to being negative almost $500. That's how bad it was because he's like, you never know.
I guess
when
the
next
thing that I noticed in that game was how many contested threes Boston had to take. When I watched Boston this season, I've noticed how many like wide open threes they get, especially Jason Tatum. I mean, honestly and truthfully, man, this is, I'm gonna go on my rant. I really think that there is a hangover from the Olympics. I think a lot of cats got something against Jason Tatum and all them DMPs he got in the Olympics. Because I sat there watching games this season. I was like, how is Tatum getting all these wide open looks? But the Knicks didn't give him that last night. He went to the strap and he had people in him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they were contested threes last night. That was different. The Knicks did something different.
And like I said, last night, the pussycat was still a pussycat last night. He didn't turn into no tiger.
Talking about cat?
Yeah.
Big cat?
No, little cat.
He's the best shooting big man in the history of the game.
If Little Cat ever turned into a big cat,
that's not his game.
And Obi,
that's not his game.
Play like he played last night. They in trouble.
Well,
Boston's in trouble.
Well, to me,
Boston better win game 2.
Now, this is what I saw. You can't let a scrappy team hang around. Even though you had them down by 20, you let them come right back and get it down to 9. And then they got it down to 5. And I was like, so what was the 20 points?
Because that's when you stop shooting the threes.
Yeah.
And you start shooting mid-range jumpers and shooting twos.
Okay, all right. So you say to the Celtics, stop shooting the threes. Then what are they gonna do? Because I only ask this question because when I was talking to some guys about basketball, I was like, okay, so when you look at their core guys, right? You look at Tatum, Brown, White, and what's the other guy?
Porzingis?
No, not Porzingis.
Holiday.
Holiday.
Okay.
Holiday.
All guards.
They're all guards, and the strength of their games. Tell me which guy of those guys I just said, the strength of their game is going downhill. You probably say Tatum
and Brown.
And
Brown.
Well, but is Brown a downhill? See, when we talked it out, it was Tatum and then Holiday. Brown was then White, then Brown.
Brown. To me, Brown is a better going towards the goal.
Yeah, he's more explosive.
He's explosive.
He's White.
Explosive, but who's gonna go out and get you 20?
Now Brown don't have a mid range.
That's my point. It's got to be at the rim, and the Knicks not gonna let you have anything at the rim.
Brown don't have a stop and pop.
Exactly. So and the Knicks not gonna let you go to the rim.
Only one that have a stop and pop. Tatum has a stop and pop. Holiday has a stop and pop.
Holiday can finish with a floater.
White don't have one.
Nah.
Porzingis has one,
but he hurt.
Porzingis is hurt
again.
Yeah. But Porzingis is
he almost like Glass Joe.
So when you say stop shooting threes, you know.
That's not their.
What are they? Who's gonna do it?
Okay, but
that's the thing. Who's gonna do it?
But then what you do? You somewhere you have to shift. You might come down and you don't just shoot a three. You might have to tell Tatum, okay, we supposed to run a two game with you, or we supposed to run a 2 game with you.
See, with Porzingis out. You know, well, I guess they can run that with Horford. It would be with him and Horford. But and I don't think the Knicks really didn't blitz the pick and roll with Horford, you know, and Horford didn't pop any last night.
Somewhere you have to make some adjustment to slow down that, because they wasn't even swinging the ball. They were just coming down and just throwing it up. So
they were throwing it.
So you steady got a fast pace going. And you're not slowing this down.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, you gotta slow
something
down to get them out of this monotony where you steady going.
But are the Celtics in trouble? See, I think the Thunder's in trouble.
This is the question I have. Out of the 3 home teams that lost between Cleveland. Because all 3 of these teams are top seeds.
Yes.
Yep.
Cleveland.
Yep.
Boston.
The fourth one gonna go down tonight.
And Oklahoma City.
Fourth one gonna go down tonight.
So you think Minnesota's gonna get beat by the Wizards?
By the Warriors.
Out of those 3.
Yeah.
Out of those 3.
Mm-hmm. Who's the most in trouble?
Yeah. Which
Thunder.
one of them
is in
the most trouble?
OKC.
I beg to differ. You talking about the best defensive team in the league. They had a hiccup.
And the youngest team in the league.
But defense carries.
I believe this way.
And youth gets you beat.
If okay, I heard what both of y'all saying. But if Cleveland go down 0-2, it's over.
Cleveland.
It's over.
Who does Cleveland have? Cleveland's playing who?
They're playing the Pacers.
Especially with Garland being out. If Garland, I think Garland might been upgraded. But if Garland can't go and they go down 0-2 to Indiana,
Game, set, match.
It's over.
Yeah.
The biggest thing about Indiana is that they had those lulls where they just can't score the basketball. You know, they just, you know, they because they still don't know who
they're
they
sporadic.
are. Yeah.
They're very sporadic.
They don't know who they are sometimes, and so that could keep Cleveland afloat. That's why I don't worry too much about Cleveland, because I think that Indiana's gonna get them something.
But now Boston go down 0-2, they still got a shot because they playing New York, and New York really don't have a bench. They really don't have a bench, and Boston can, if they get hot with them threes, they can shoot.
Which you figure that they will. You don't see another team. You don't see them shooting 15 for 60.
So yes,
you know what I'm saying? Again.
But they will.
Oh, but
17 for 85.
Who's impressing me is I know I'm gonna say his name, Omenhauser, whatever his name is.
For the Knicks?
For the Pacers.
Oh, okay.
His game has strengthened. What's his name?
Halliburton, Tyrese
Halliburton.
Yeah, Halliburton. Yeah.
His game has.
Halliburton has always been good, but this year he's took it to a different level.
He's taken it to because last.
That goes back to what I was talking about the Olympics. You had Halliburton and Tatum, two guys that didn't play a lot. Halliburton almost admittedly was like, "Look, I know I was pretty much the last guy picked, but I'm gonna be a sponge and take everything."
But what hurt Halliburton was just his ugly shot. Ugly shot is what was the negative thing on Halliburton because he had that ugly shot.
Against Cleveland. Hey man, he came down. He went forward. He went behind his back
and let it go,
and then took the step back and right in his face and said,
"Wet ball."
Wow! I said, "Oh!" Then he came down and he did it again. I said,
"I'm telling you, if Cleveland go down 0-2,
yeah, it might be game set match.
If Cleveland go down 0-2, it's gonna be
because it's hard. One thing I can say about Indiana is hard to say who is they go-to guy.
You got to go back to Indiana.
Yeah, where the bench
and if all they need is one.
Yeah.
All they need is one down there in Indiana.
And it's game, set, match.
It's over.
Because it's hard to key on them because they don't have the go-to guy where you know he's getting the ball at this time. They spread the ball out.
At some point in this series, Spider is going to have to be Spider-Man. Mitchell is going to have to
show up and show out.
I mean, everybody's talked about like who in this playoffs is like taking their game to another level. At some point, Mitchell has been able to almost under the radar this whole season. What didn't they win the second most games in the league?
Yeah.
You know, and Mitchell, I mean, he's had a solid season, but at some point he's going to have to start having an outburst.
Yeah,
and do it consistently.
And especially if Garland's out, he's going to have Mitchell's. He's gonna have to have at least 50.
You think he needs a 50 burger?
Yeah, he needs it. He needs it.
Gonna have to.
He been treading water way too long.
You gotta understand.
Well, he just broke Michael Jordan's.
Without Garland in the lineup, Hunter's not gonna do it. See, Hunter was that extra
secret weapon,
that extra piece, extra side piece.
Yeah,
with Garland,
the fries in the bottom of the bag.
Yeah, he's the fries in the bottom of the bag. You know. He was at that drive-through fries. You know, he was the drive-through fries. Without Garland, Hunter got to be the at-home fries, and he ain't the at-home fries. So Mitchell, he's gonna have to get 50 at least twice. He's gonna have to assert himself and take control.
He needs to do it. He needs to do it just for general principle.
Yeah,
you know, just to be like, hey,
he has to.
You know, just because
he's gonna have to put Halliburton in his place at least 2 or 3 times.
And it's a team in Indiana. He should be able to get a 50-piece.
Yeah.
Well,
he should be able to roll out of bed and go get that.
Well,
and tonight you got Minnesota and Golden State, which is gonna be very interesting.
No.
The thing is gonna be because I guarantee you. Green is since the test, Gobert.
See, I thought it was going to be the other way around. I thought it was going to be the other way around. But go ahead.
Green is going to – he not going to go real far with it because he know they're going to be watching him.
Because is it his next technical he got an automatic suspension or the next after 2 of them?
I'm not sure.
He's close. Sure. He's close. He's close.
But he's going to test Gobert just to see if he's going to stand up to him or whether he's not. But it's gonna be interesting to see just how they're gonna play Edwards. Are they gonna allow Edwards to get off and cover the others?
It
Or
makes
what they're gonna do?
It makes more sense because
What are they gonna
Minnesota,
do?
because that's Minnesota is like Indiana in that standpoint. You know what I'm saying? They're that other team that gets apathetic or forgets how to score the basketball for stretches of games. You know what I'm saying? That's what they are. And then they got you got a piece in Gobert that's really not an offensive piece anyway. That's always when he's in the game. So honestly, let Ant-Man go get 80.
Yeah, that's why I do.
And see if anybody else can make a shot.
Let McDaniels them score. Let Ant-Man go get his, and my thing is, if I'm Minnesota, I'm let Green shoot. Green can't score. You see them 3-pointers he be trying to shoot?
Yeah, they both playing 4-on-4. Both teams playing 4-on-4.
He hitting the side of the backboard, shooting air balls, and he's steady shooting threes.
Now, since the Butler trade, Golden State and Minnesota haven't played each other, right?
No.
They haven't played each other.
This is the first time. This is the first time Butler done played Minnesota
since he left. This be the first time going to Minnesota since he left there, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting. I just that series is the most compelling series to me because we have to wonder. I love Ant-Man's attitude about sending people home. I mean, he sent LeBron home quickly. You know what I'm saying? Which it wasn't that difficult, but still he sent him home. I really don't know if Ant-Man's attitude of sending people home is going. I don't know if that Jedi mind trick gonna work on Stephanie and Jimmy. Now the Lakers are mentally incapable of stepping up to the plate. They've showed us that. But I don't know if that's gonna work on Golden State.
I see it a whole different way. I see a superstar with a bunch of role players are gonna play defense and not let Steph run around all game and shoot.
2 miles.
Yeah, they're not going to allow him to do that. They're going to bump him. They're going to play him because they're a lot bigger than Golden State.
It'll be different if they didn't have Jimmy. It'll be different if they didn't have Jimmy.
I don't think that's gonna.
I never understood
playoff Jimmy.
Oh,
look at that.
You had when Paul George used to call himself playoff P.
He usually shrunk.
That was playoff lie. That was a playoff lie. Now playoff Jimmy
is a real thing.
Look at the Miami Heat.
I get all that. I still don't think that's gonna be able to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Do you trust McDaniels?
I trust the role players doing their job. Yes.
Do you really trust those role players?
Yes.
In Golden State?
Yes.
Consistently?
Yes.
Ooh.
I think another Hall of Famer.
He said that with his chest.
I see another Hall of Famer going to the crib and going to what we've been saying. Galveston. He going to Galveston to go fishing.
I'm not saying that Golden State is going to win the series, but it's not supposed to be as easy.
No, it ain't gonna be
as
easy.
People think. This series,
but I see it going 6.
This series has a good chance to go 7.
So the way hold on.
And my thing is like this: if this series goes 7.
Oh, then Golden State
probably win the series.
Yeah. But the way you're talking about, so are you picking Minnesota to win it this year?
Yes. No. I'm picking the Thunder to win it, but I'm saying that another Hall of Famer
is going to go. Okay.
Is going to Galveston with his buddy LeBron
because Ant
sent them both to the crib.
But I put it this way: Minnesota,
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Minnesota better win tonight.
Yes.
Don't
give them a puncher's chance.
They better not allow
the
Golden State to win tonight.
Yes.
If they allow Golden State to win tonight,
they got problems.
Well,
I mean, I I think we're gonna see that Golden State. We need to see that Golden State game, and it could be because Steph is injured. You know what I'm saying? We need to see that Golden State game where they start raining threes from everybody. Draymond is hitting them. Steph is hitting them. Buddy Buckets is hitting them. You know, they might even bring Lindy Waters in and let him hit. We need to see that game.
If they allow Buddy Hield to play like Buddy played the other night.
Where he was almost automatic.
Like he was like Buddy Hield from OU.
Buddy Bucket.
It's gonna be a long. I think this is me. I think they need Kuminga.
They do.
They need the athleticism of Kuminga
against this size. They're gonna have to use him.
They're gonna have to.
Him and the ugly guy,
Moody.
Yeah, they're gonna need both of those guys. They're gonna have to.
Cause Minnesota's much bigger.
The length. But see, the thing is, here's. I wonder whether or not Minnesota is still going to have the mentality that they've had. You know, I mean, at some point it runs out.
And you got to understand, they're going to alternate Peyton and Butler on Edwards.
I don't think that's going to be much of a factor.
I'm telling you.
I don't think it's going to be much of a factor.
Don't disrespect Jimmy like that.
I'm just saying, Ant-Man is a whole different breed.
No, but I'm saying it's not Jimmy. Peyton's defense is underrated.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Peyton's defense,
but you're not gonna punk Jimmy Butler.
No, but and the thing is, it's different if you only have one person. You got two people on him.
Two dogs.
He's gonna get some of his points or whatever. He might score 20.
Two dogs.
But it's how
he
gets his 20. When you got a steady fight, and you gotta understand. He just came off a series where he had to work. That LA Lakers series wasn't just no fly-by-night easy series.
All that blitzing.
He had to work in that series.
But he figured it out pretty quick.
Yeah,
I think you also have a tactician in Steve Kerr over there. We're not talking about playing against JJ.
Yeah, he not
say that again. JJ.
He not playing against someone.
I mean, you in the locker room looking at the scout report.
Yeah.
JJ, the coach, man.
Yeah.
Come on, you know.
He not playing against Luka, someone that don't move their feet.
Or they said 18. Well, out of 18, they had 9 blow-bys.
You gotta understand when JJ shifted and took Luka off Edwards and put Finley Smith on him, Edwards points went down. Edwards points went down.
Okay.
But JJ didn't have enough sense.
I won't know if we're gonna see Golden State just blitz Minnesota to try to get it out of Edwards' hands by right. Are they even gonna try that?
It's supposed to be interesting.
I don't think that or play that zone. You think Golden State gonna play a zone?
They shouldn't.
He might.
I mean, I'd be surprised.
My thing is, I want to try. You gotta understand. Shoot the three. Let me see if you can make it. Show me
60 of them.
Show me.
Can you shoot 60 of them?
We know what we can do. Show me what you can do. We're gonna tell Green you just facilitate and don't shoot threes because we don't need no air balls.
Oh no, he gonna shoot.
Because what they said Kerr told them was he told Steph, according to what they said, he told Steph, hey, we can't have all the turnovers in this game set.
Yeah.
Steph had 2 turnovers. If they don't have the turnovers and they more
discipline on
offense, it can be a long night for Minnesota.
Well, we'll see. I think that just the size and the defense and them are they're going to play a much more physical style of ball than what the Lakers showed, and I think that's going to be too much for Golden State. I just think that's going to be too much. And then Ant-Man, I don't care who they put on him. It's not going to make a difference. Y'all talking about playoff Jimmy? It's not going to make a difference. Because he ain't got nobody else play. Because Green is going to get ejected and suspended 1 game in the series.
Well, that's the series then. Then it's gonna be a wrap.
Game.
It's gonna
set,
be a wrap. I mean,
match.
I mean, I agree with you. If Draymond has any of this, I'm trying to play mental mind games on Gobert.
It's not gonna work.
And he lose it. It's over. With.
Yeah.
It's long. It's almost like the Thunder.
But so we see different on the Thunder. I think you just woke up a sleeping giant.
Who's the giant? Who's the giant for Oklahoma City?
The Thunder is the giant, and they just woke them up because they did not play to their. To me, they had control of the ball game.
It's gonna wait. It's gonna
the whole game.
Chet don't give Chet a heartbeat. Chet Holmgren is coming back like a man possessed.
No, I just think they learn from their mistakes. They gonna watch the tape. They gonna go to the lab and they gonna figure it out. And the defense is gonna come back, be way more intense, and they're not gonna let Joker dictate possessions and score when he wants to. They gonna either take the ball out of his hand or they gonna make him more of a facilitator than a scorer.
So that means that Williams is gonna have to step up and score more.
Yes.
How many did he have last night? How many Williams? How many did Jay Will have last night?
Did
he have 20? Did he have 20?
Let me see.
I don't think he had 20. Did he have 20? I mean,
I don't think so.
If what Shea SGA had 33 or 39?
Yeah.
33. I don't think Jay Will had 20. Now
Joker had 40.
I love the fact that Oklahoma City has stayed true to the fact that they played a lot of guys.
72-58 Cavaliers so far.
72-58. Oh, dang. They got them by 14. They got them. What's the second half?
First.
First half.
It's just the NBA.
No, third quarter. Third quarter.
They'll make it run.
Third quarter?
Fourth quarter is a different animal.
Oh, so we'll be able to be home and watch that. We'll be able to be home and watch that.
Let me see. Jay Will. He has 16.
See, that's a problem. You know, as my math teacher would say, that's a problem, young man.
Caruso had 20.
Yeah, he had 20.
Stepped up.
Chad had 12.
Experience.
Hardenstein had 12. Dort had 14.
And Dort missed his first 5 threes and only finished with
and like
14.
I said, Wallace had 3. Wiggins had 5. Okay. Isaiah Joe had 0. See, the points was off. Normally, Isaiah
Joe give
those
you
points,
10 to 12.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Their points was off.
But you got to give them credit. I like that they were true to form by playing all those guys and guys were taking shots.
And he's going to keep playing them.
Yeah.
And I like the rotation.
A lot of folks thought the rotation was going to shorten up.
They
might be the first team in modern basketball to even try to do it. How many guys they play? 10 guys? Did they play 10 guys last night?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's unheard of. NBA basketball now, that's unheard of.
Eight or less is usually
when
it comes playoffs.
That's unheard of.
He needs to keep the rotation.
Oh yeah, because that's who they are. That's who they are. But that means that's another younger guy coming on the floor. That's another guy coming on the floor. Youth is always there, and it can be a problem. I personally think it's a problem.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting, but I just think the Thunder gonna find a way to shut Joker down, make him more of a facilitator, and make the others have to beat you.
That'd be Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook can't hit the backside of a barn. He has to hit the backside of make him shoot jumpers. If you don't let him drive and you make him shoot jumpers, I guarantee he's at 30%. Now, if you let him get to the rack, then he can explode and might hit a couple of jumpers. But if you make him consistently shoot jumpers, because that's what his downfall was at the Thunder. He can't shoot.
I mean, he's not the prototypical player from the field that we're accustomed to in the NBA right now.
But but right now Westbrook is playing smart.
Yeah, exactly.
He's playing smart. He's playing
with experience.
Yes.
He's playing with experience. Still
back in the day,
still getting you 20.
That pass that he made last night.
Woo.
Yeah, he would have shot that.
He would have shot that.
Yeah, he would have shot that. He
gave a dime to
Aaron.
Porter.
Yeah, he would have shot that.
Kyle Porter cross court in rhythm. There was, Chet got out there to contest, but everybody rotated to Westbrook.
Gordon.
Everybody rotated.
He wouldn't have passed the ball to Gordon.
No,
And
not back in the day.
And I'm like, oh, Lord. I'm shocked Gordon made it. I'm like, oh, Lord, he made that. Lord have mercy.
Your feelings was hurt.
I sure was. It sure was. It sure was.
But I can say this. All the basketball games have been playoff caliber basketball games. Since we done got rid of all the blowouts in the 50s and cats getting blown out and you want to turn at halftime because you know this game is over with, we ain't got no more of that.
Well, the Lakers are gone.
Well, that's a good thing.
Well,
It's like pro football. Once the Cowboys are eliminated,
here we go.
Once the Cowboys eliminated, real football gets played.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, it's time to go. It's time to go.
He went too far.
It's getting
he
late.
Went
it's getting late.
Too far.
And he's trying to make me get started, and I can't get started right now. So we're gonna have to bring him back on.
He got to go back. Football season.
We got to bring him back on because
he just opened up.
I'm have to check him real good because he's talking noise. He's talking noise.
Two words.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott.
Well, those
MVP.
Hey, those.
See, there you go.
See, those are words we don't like on here either.
Yeah,
so
we don't want to hear none of that.
So we all in agreement on that one. So those are not fighting words. Those are high five words. So, Dak Prescott, those are high five words. We know
Trade the linebacker. Trade the linebacker.
No, we ain't saying that one.
Trade Micah.
Get a linebacker.
Trade Micah.
No.
Okay, it's time to go.
Yeah,
See, you're trying to get me started.
Yeah.
You're trying to get me started. I can't get started. All right, y'all, the scripture for the week. So then faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. That is Romans 10. Chapter 10, verse 17. Y'all been listening to $2 Sports Talk Show. We want to thank Mr. Byron Perry for being on the show. Let them know one more time where they can catch this at.
2025 Black Wall Street Rally Golf Classic. Visit us at www.blackwallstreetgolf.org.
All right, y'all. Same time, same place next week. We're going to be talking more ball. You bark at us.
We bark back.
Woo.